Hi, this is Brad Linder with Liliputing, and this is a new or an upcoming keyboard from a company called Nemeio from France, which is a customizable battery-powered and USB keyboard. So it can be used for laptops, desktops, tablets, and other things. And if you look at it, you'll see that it actually has an ePaper display. And could you sort of walk me through some of the things that you can do here? So it's customizable. Right now we're looking at what looks like
French layout.
the French keyboard layout, but if you press a configuration button here, then it changes to a US layout, and
With shortcuts.
with
here.
shortcuts at the top that you can use for home, email, web browser, social media, and they're customizable, right? So in addition to just sort of switching languages and regions, you can create keyboard shortcuts or other things. So there's basically one large ePaper display that runs underneath the whole thing, and different regions that are sort of mapped to the different keys, allowing those things to change. It's an interesting idea that sort of makes it possible to have a global keyboard, one that you could use in different situations. If you're multilingual or your users are multilingual and want to use the same sort of thing, it's not necessarily a cheap solution. It's going to sell for around $300 to $500 when it hits the streets. When did you say? Later this year?
This year.
Okay, and they're showing off a prototype here at the CES unveiled ahead of the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. It's the demo unit I'm using. It feels a little funny because the keys are kind of sort of shiny plastic, and they feel a little bit smooth, and the pressure is not quite as good as it could be. But I'm told that they're working on this, and they're hoping to make it feel much more natural, like a regular keyboard. And if you can you lift it up and show me the bottom and the back again here? The battery is actually right here, so it works as both a stand to give you a little bit of an elevated angle, and they're still testing to say how long the battery lasts, but it charges via USB. And if we look at the back, you can see that it's got a couple of buttons for changing your configurations. Is this USB Type-C that it's plugged into, and also USB Type-A, allowing you to plug it into pretty much any Windows, Mac, or presumably Linux machine as well. Do you support Linux, or is it, you said it's driverless, but... Okay, so I don't know if all of the features will necessarily work with Linux. That's to be determined, but at least some basic functionality probably would. But with an operating system like Windows or Mac OS, you should be able to use it in a variety of different ways. So that's from Nemeio, coming later this year. Pricing to be determined, but somewhere in the $300 to $500 range. Hopefully somewhere closer to $300, but we'll see. So this is Brad Linder with Liliputing at CES.